Yo, what up, dub subscribers? Get it? You know, W subscribers, get it? No? No? We'll give it a shot later on.
Now I'm here.
TylaDubya Beatbox channel.
Yo, it's your boy TylaDubya, and today I'm going to be answering a lot of questions that you guys left for me on that last video. So in case you guys are new here and you're like, what is going on right now? This is a 20,000 subscriber Q&A special. On a real note though, if you guys are new to this channel and this is the first video you're seeing, click that subscribe button because I upload a new video every Thursday. I'm gonna be real with you guys. You guys left me a lot of questions on my last video and I'm gonna answer about 99% of them, so it's gonna be a very long video. So if you guys asked a question, you're curious where it's at, go into the description because I have a list of all the questions, though I do prefer if you watch the whole video because you know, that's what's up. Now before I start answering questions, I do want to take a moment to say thank you guys so much. Like 20,000 subscribers is unreal, or dub subscribers. But on a real note though, thank you guys so much for supporting me throughout this past year. I've been uploading every Thursday. It's been a lot of work, but you guys have always been there supporting, commenting, you know, showing your appreciation for everything, and I hope all my stuff helps you out, entertains you guys. I love all of you. Can you guys drop a like real quick for the fact that we hit 20,000 subscribers? Like, that's insane! Only drop it if you want. So question numero uno. When and why did you start beatboxing? Oh man, come on. This is like, I gotta remember this. We're starting off with the biographical stuff. I like it. That was like humping. This one. This story's a classic, let me tell you. So basically, back in junior year of high school in chemistry class, my boy Kyle comes up to me and is like, dude, check out what I can do. And he does the beat, My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas. And it was so silly, stupid, and simple, but I loved it. And so I went home and I just learned it, and I learned it. You know, I came back, I don't even know how long it took me to learn. It was like some stupid stuff, right? But it was so awesome to me. So I went home, and after learning that, you know, getting like in love with beatboxing, I went to YouTube videos and I watched Reaps 1, Bobbly, all these battles from back in the days, interviews, and it was amazing, and I just got, you know, engulfed by the beatbox scene. It ate me alive! So the next question is from the one and the only D-Lo, who I know you all know and love. And he says, how did you create your name? Well, kind sir, if you want to know how I created my name, I didn't. You know, I had a friend back in high school who was like, dude, you should like, you know, make your name a little more gangster. You should be like TylaDubya, you know, because my name's Tyler. My last name starts with W. And so Dubya, like TylaDubya, because it rhymed, right? And so I just made that like my Xbox gamer tag, you know, throughout high school and stuff. And then because I became a beatboxer, I just kind of adopted the name for that as well. I like the face. It looks great, doesn't it? Shows how tired I really am. 4 hours a night. Losing my mind already, Jesus. So this next one, it's a beautiful question, and it is, what is your favorite technique? So, I think there's only one way to answer this question. So the next question is beatboxing your career? If not, what is? Now, unfortunately, beatboxing is not my career. Right now, it's not very profitable for me to do that. I'm not making enough money beatboxing. Not saying that I can't in the future, but currently, in the current situation, I'm not. YouTube kind of is the most viable option for doing this for me personally. But, you know, right now, it's not making the money that it should, you know, to make it a full-on career. Now, I will say that there are a lot of beatboxers who have done this very successfully. You know, Reaps 1, Korean Effects, 80 Fits, all doing different things with beatboxing. So, you know, just keep it in mind that you can make a living with beatboxing, but it's very difficult. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, beatboxing is tough to make, you know, profitable, make a career. You have to really put your passion and try into it, and it's really difficult, but you can do it. So because beatboxing's not my career, the second part of the question is what is? So what I actually do is I'm a software developer. Now I know it's a lot less exciting. I develop software, blah, 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 blah. But I do. The next question actually couples with the previous question. It says, did you go to college? If so, what was your major? I'm gonna keep this answer short and sweet. I did go to college, and I got a bachelor's in computer science. I guess this means I like computers, you know, computer science, software developer. Next we got, what do you think is the best starting mic, and what mic did you have in your last video? So when it comes to microphones and audio, you're gonna hear different things from different beatboxers based on their experience, but there are a few standard mics that you guys need to know about. Now the microphone I actually, okay, well actually I can't show it that soon, you know. I'll show them my goods. No one ever said this was gonna be a normal Q&A, I hope you know that. Now the microphone I actually first bought was a Shure SM58, this beautiful guy right here, and it's like a standard in beatboxing and vocal performance overall. It's a workhorse, and it actually has lasted me a very long time, probably about 4 or 5 years now at this point. All I had to do was replace the mic caps because, you know, spit gets them a little Gross. Now, after performing with the SM58 for a couple years, you know, and using it to record a few videos, I decided to upgrade a little bit and go to the Shure Beta 58A. And in my opinion, it was a really good upgrade. I can hear the audio difference on my speakers, and I think it's also a very good purchase for you guys. I'm like giving all my secrets away right now, you know, just everything you need to know about me is just like right out here in camera's view. Now, the microphone I used in my last video, and actually what I use in a lot of my videos for audio recording, is the Zoom H5, and it looks like this. And I'm currently using it to record my audio now, so it probably sounds a little off currently, just throwing that out there. So, you know, if any of those microphones were of interest to you and you want to learn a little bit more about them, I will put links in the description to Amazon so you guys can go read product descriptions and reviews and check them out. But as a beatboxer, you probably need a quality handheld mic or recorder, so go ahead, check those links out because you need to practice your live performance to get your recording game stepped up. So the next question is, who do you think has better inward bass, Beart or Villain? I don't really know why I said Villain's name like that. It was really weird. So I actually love both of their inward basses, some of the best inward basses in the game right now, but I will say that I really do love the deep tonal qualities of Villain's inward bass. Like, it actually goes really deep and it's very clean and I love it, but Beart's is so nasty too, so don't get me wrong on that. So the next question is, when do I get to be on your podcast? By Kevin con un K. Kevin with a K. I just decided to be fancy and speak Spanish. I don't know why. So before I answer that question, Kevin, I gotta plug my own podcast. God, I love you for that. You literally gave me the opportunity to plug my podcast. So the podcast is actually gonna be called Primal Rant. And the first episode will be coming out in about a month, and it'll be featuring the Canadian champ, Heat. And I'm currently gathering questions for the Q&A section where Heat and I will be answering your questions, and I'm gathering them on my live stream this Saturday. So be sure to stop by and check that out. Kevin, I would love to have you on my podcast. That would actually be a really cool thing, man. We'll talk about it. Probably, like, you know, the most important question of all, what kind of music do you like? First off, I love, like, all music, but mainly, I listen to dubstep. You know, I don't listen to too much trap, but I do enjoy myself some trap music, you know, electronic music overall, because those are kind of like, you know, like the main influence for my beatboxing. But mainly, my main type of music is I love metal music. Like, I don't even know why. I've always been a metalhead ever since high school. I used to have long hair where that made sense to do that, and now I don't, so it makes no sense at all. Again, I don't know what that was. But like, on a real note though, my favorite bands are like Bring Me the Horizon, Dance Gavin Dance, Circus Survive, Sleeping with Sirens. I love all of them. But see, when it comes to electronic music, I love myself some Excision, some Datsik, some Downlink, some Skrillex, and some Dr. P. Can't forget Dr. P. But like, my new hype though? My new hype is Chet Faker. I think I said that wrong, but I love his music. It's so chill. Actually, you know, I said the last one was my favorite question, but this one's really good too. I think they're all my favorite questions. It is, what is your favorite video that you have made? Honestly, my favorite video that I've ever made is Primal Fear. I went out and professionally shot that with my friend Paul and Sean, a professional videographer and photographer. We went out, we filmed it, we filmed some vlogs to go along with it. It was a great experience overall. I actually have a lot of plans, you know, to shoot with Paul in the future, and so we're gonna have a lot of dope videos coming out for you wonderful people. But if you haven't seen Primal Fear yet, there will be a link in the description to go check that out. All my lights just shook when I jumped. I probably shouldn't jump anymore. So the next question is, how do you do your intro beat? I sever the strings from the puppeteer, cut them down. Now I'm here. It's my routine called Puppeteer. Check out the video, link in the description. Esh. The next question is, are you going to any upcoming events? Well, I want to. I want to go to the American Champs. I want to see if I can't take home the title this year. You know, I really just want to go perform and have fun and battle. But, you know, if I took home the title, that'd be pretty cool. So I got to prepare for that one up in November in New York City. And, you know, there's another event potentially happening on the East Coast in Boston, Massachusetts, the East Coast Battle. Not sure if that's happening yet. So if anyone's listening from the Boston beatbox community, let me know down below. So the next one is, how long can you hold an inward lip roll? Okay.
Ty, which one do you want me to read?
I think it was 15.
15? Are you in a relationship? Don't look at me like that. That was a good take. Get out of here.
Coming up next is, have you ever been asked to do a freestyle in front of a live audience, not counting beatbox performances and competitions? Well, Yes, I have. It actually happens like all the time. Like you actually have no idea. Like being a beatboxer, and if people know you're a beatboxer, they ask you all the time to beatbox. Like I'm at work and they ask me to beatbox in front of groups and like everything. And it's like I try to keep beatboxing out of work, and especially in front of everyone, to keep things more professional. But they always ask me to do it, so I do it because I like to beatbox. But it also happened all the time in college, like in my acapella group and stuff. We go to parties and everyone would be partying and stuff, and they'd be like, "This guy's a beatboxer, check him out!" And then they'd be like, "Yo, beatbox." Like I was like a little party trick, It was cool to me. I liked beatboxing. Again, I like showing people beatboxing because it's fun. But my acapella group would always like palm me off as like a party trick. It was so cool. But so I get asked all the time to do it. Whew. All right, it's not even halfway through. Now this question comes from Negan, and he wants to know if I watch The Walking Dead. Well, I think because it's coming from Negan, there's only one appropriate answer. It's yes. I actually do watch The Walking Dead, and I've been watching it from the very start. I think it's a really interesting show, and I do like it. Up next, we have, when you started beatboxing, was it hard to find support? I would say that probably most beatboxers struggle with this. Like when you start beatboxing, you're beatboxing all the time. That never changes, honestly. I mean, people get used to it over time. But when I first started beatboxing, I beatboxed 24/7, just like I do now. But the problem is people weren't used to it before, so they'd be like, "Dude, stop beatboxing." And, people would get annoyed at first, friends, family, everything. But everyone actually really was still supportive of the fact that I was doing it. And they'd be like, "Oh, that's really cool, keep it up and stuff." But, especially my family, my siblings, oh man, did I make them annoyed. I still do. This next question is, what are the top sounds that you cannot do? You, as in me. What sounds can I not do? Well, the first sound that I can't do is the slither roll. I have never been able to do the slither roll. I really want to learn it, but I've never been able to do it. And the other sound is evil bass, and I don't learn that sound because I don't really want to screw my throat up that much, because it sounds like it really is painful to learn. I'm just not willing to go down that route. And the last one is a high outward bass, like Chungza, and there's other ones like Kati and stuff. They actually do really cool outward high basses, and I just can't do it because it also hurts my throat, but I am working on that one. I drank coffee, and I'm like really hyper and hot, especially in front of these lights. I'm just like, ah. The next question is, who is your favorite beatboxer? Honestly, I really don't have a favorite beatboxer, but I do have a lot of beatboxers I do enjoy listening to and really do like. One of which being Gene. He's very musical in his style, and I really do love listening to him. Villain, because he's so passionate and powerful, and he's really sick to listen to. B-Art, Alexinho, Reaps One, Darnie, all of them are like really insane beatboxers, and I love them all, so it's really hard to pick a favorite, because there's so many more that I didn't even mention. Yes. So I guess this question kind of plays off the other one, and it's, who was your favorite beatboxer when you started beatboxing? The first beatboxer that I ever really saw was an interview with Reaps One. I'm sure many people have seen this one. It's an old one where he's wearing like a green shirt and stuff. So Reaps One was like the first beatboxer I ever really saw, and so he was always kind of like like an idol to me when I was young in beatboxing. Still is, because Reaps One is an amazing person and beatboxer. So yes, him. But it also included like Babali, Alem, Skiller, like all of them. Slither, and just because they were all in the battles back in like 2012, 2009, all those videos. So yeah, I guess it would be them. So the next question is, do you play any instruments? Yeah. I once played the recorder back in elementary school. I played Mary Had a Little Lamb. It was pretty great. Other than that, I just played the mouth instrument. Next question is, who is my favorite YouTuber? Who is my favorite YouTuber? That was a really weird way to, ask that question. So shockingly enough, being a YouTuber, I actually don't have that much time to watch YouTube videos, between going to work, making these videos, cooking and everything like that. But when I do indulge, I do watch Liza. I've been watching her a lot, and she's hysterical. I watch Swiss Beatbox, I watch BTV, the entire beatbox community. You got like Marcus, Misfire, Ozealous, Mr. Wobbles, all of them, so I do keep up to date and all that, and a lot of other beatboxers as well. I just haven't really, can't think of them all on top of my head. This next wonderful question is, why do you talk so much in your beatboxing? So honestly, I actually do realize that I probably talk a lot in my routines, probably more than I should, but I do feel like adding lyrics to it gives it like a unique touch, and I like to have all my routines stand apart from one another, and I feel like that helps a little bit. Also, it gives it its own like unique identity, right? Like, so I always make my routines, they're always like random inspiration, I make it about like a topic or something, and I feel like, the lyrics help drive that home. Plus, I feel like, lyrics also, along with that, kind of, help you express a little bit more than just with the beatboxing, gives it more of a meaning behind it, like, I'm the Kraken. That literally came off a movie where a girl turned into an octopus, which actually happens to be one of my favorite movies. It's called Spring. Woo! This next question is, how do you create routines and how do you structure them? Now, this is a topic that I'm actually going to be going in on a whole video on, just not quite yet, but I am going to make an entire video on how to, come up with routines, how to structure them, how to figure them out, how to piece them all together. So keep an eye out for that. But for a very quick answer, on how do you create routines, I'll tell you how I do it. What really happens is I freestyle all the time, and if I find something that I like that's got a good flow, got a good vibe, I've recorded it on my phone, and eventually after a while I start piecing these segments together into an entire routine. Now, I also have these random bits of inspiration that come out of nowhere, like, I'm telling you, like random things, like the Kraken came off from watching a movie, Primal Fear from watching a movie, Puppeteer, randomly I wanted to write a routine called Puppeteer. Things just come out of nowhere, and then I start piecing these lyrics and ideas that I have with the segments I recorded, and they eventually come together. It takes a while, though, for me, piece everything together, like, months. Sometimes. The next question is, when is the next video with the mini you from the Age Potion video? So you're talking about my brother, and he will make a video with me whenever he decides to get off his ass. Honestly, it's whenever we come up with another idea, because when we do, we gon' film it. The next one is, how do you remember your routines? Honestly, I remember my routines from practicing, doing them over and over and over again gets me to remember them. It also does help too that my routines are structured like songs and have lyrics and everything, so it makes it easier to remember, all those segments and how they, get composed together. It is now time for the first ever Q&A lightning round. I say the 3, you say the 2, then the 1. Will you make public beatboxing videos? Yes. Do you know Tom Thum? I know Tom Thum, haven't met him, would love to meet him. Can you do more beatbox tutorials? Yes. Are there any beatboxers living close to you? Yes. Colby, Nick, Subi, and a few other people. Do you watch anime? No, I don't, but I also don't watch a lot of TV at all anyways. Can you make a tutorial on how to do drum and bass? Yes, I will do genre and pattern tutorials when I actually get a lot of the basic sounds down so I can refer to them in the videos. Do you busk in the streets? I have, but I don't actively, but I would love to do more in the future. That was a lightning round and a half right there. Back to normal. How do I get better at stage presence? This is another one of those answers where I'm actually going to say I'm going to make an entire video on stage presence, so stay tuned for that. But for a really quick answer, own the stage. Be confident. Know that everyone in the audience wants to see you succeed and to kill it. And because it's a talent show, most of them don't even know what beatboxing is. So whatever you do, they're just going to be mind blown. And that happens a lot when it comes to talent shows, especially, and doing performances that, it's not in front of a beatboxing audience. They're like, oh my god, he did a kick drum. They freak out, man. Another thing, powerful sounds help so much, get the audience really hype. Overall, just know in your heart that you're gonna kill it and that you're gonna do an amazing job. Go out there confident, not arrogant, but confident that you're gonna do amazing. You'll be fine. The next question is, how did you come up with Primal Fear and describe it in one word? Basically, with Primal Fear, Cassie and I were watching a movie called Primal Fear, and the main character in it was a sociopath who was faking having multiple personality disorder. So that's kind of where some of the lyrics were inspired from that. So I just, after watching I was like, man, I gotta make a routine called Primal Fear. And then I also came up with the drop when I was in the shower, and it didn't sound like that at first, it took a lot of practicing to get that there. So I recorded it on my phone, and I listened to it later, and I started piecing things together. It took probably about a few months to a year to get that one down. Primal Fear in one word? Freaking hype! Well, that's 2 words. Hype! Up next, why do beatboxers move their hands while beatboxing? I honestly think that we move our hands, when we beatbox to keep rhythm, like. But another reason is, it gives a little bit of flair to what you're doing, a little bit more than just standing still. It gives you more emotion, it gets, the audience more involved with what you're doing and people to pay attention to you more. It's an overall form of expression and tempo keeper. How should I prepare for battles? And what equipment should I use? I guess the biggest thing in preparing for a battle is practicing on a live sound system. I cannot stress that enough. Knowing how your sounds are going to sound live and on a really good system is the most important thing. Along with that, having good mic technique is another thing. I'll make a tutorial on that, but that is another good thing to know. Also, prepare your material. Know it like the back of your hand. Like, seriously, just go over it over and over again. Know the battle format. Is it a minute 30? Is it a minute rounds? And all of that. Overall, be prepared, be confident, grab a mic, go practice, and kill it. What do you like best about the Beatbox community? Honestly, I think I can say what I like most about the Beatbox community is when you go to live events, like in-person events, you make so many friends, and in person, it is kind of like a family. You make friends with everyone, it's all a big hangout sesh, it's awesome, beatboxing with other people, talking with people about beatboxing. I think That is my favorite thing, the community you build at live events. Now, honestly, that is a different story for the online community. Going online is a whole different ballgame than live events. Know that. Are there any new sounds that you are currently working on? I'm honestly not working on too many sounds right now. I think the only one that I'm really kind of doing that's new to me would be kind of like a hollow like whistle combined with like a pop, like a Who do you think will be the 2018 World Champ, TylaDubya? Goodness gracious, I am weird. I'm also very tired. I've been filming for like 3 hours. 2018 World Champ. I don't know, maybe Napalm, Alexinho, BR. I have no idea. Once I know who's in it, we can start narrowing some things down. What is the hardest beat that you can do? I think my hardest routine is actually gonna be Dragonfly. It takes a lot of breath control, and it's really hard to maintain your breath to do the sounds correctly. Speaking of Dragonfly, I have an album coming out called Dragonfly with 10 original beatbox routines on there, and that will be coming out soon. A lot of information to come on that. Get freaking hype. What beatboxer would you like to be your partner in a tag team battle? I think as a tag team partner, I think me and Mr. Wobbles would be really dope. We did a little freestyle jam with the American Champs, and that was awesome. I think me and Heat would do very well as well. And I would like to be partners of Villain too. You know, any of those three would be dope tag team partners. Many others too, to be honest. The next question is, how have you not given up on beatboxing after practicing for all these years? So beatboxing has been a passion of mine ever since I started, and I've always been so passionate about it, beatboxing 24/7, trying new things, pushing myself to the extreme. But I've also had always a way to channel that, channel the beatboxing. When I started in high school, that was really just kind of the beginning stages. But when I got to college, I got in an acapella group, which had me beatboxing all the time and doing new things with a whole group of musical people. So that was my way to channel it there. Now that I'm not in college or the acapella group anymore, I have this YouTube channel that you guys are so amazing and support. So this is another way for me to channel and to keep me beatboxing. But I will say there have been times that I have been less motivated than others and more motivated than others. It really is just, you have to stay passionate. Beatbox, don't kill yourself, don't drain yourself on it. Just do what you love, don't push yourself if it's too much. Will you ever make pattern and technique tutorials? Yes, I have full intentions on making pattern and technique tutorials in the future. What I wanted to do with my sound tutorials first was to get a nice base of sounds so I can refer to those in the pattern and technique tutorials, so you guys had the sounds that you can learn tutorial from on my channel. And so I will be getting to those, but I have to get through some of the basic sounds first. Will you include beat patterns in your sound tutorials? So I actually have done this on one of my tutorials before, and I know I should be doing it on more because it would be a helpful thing to have a beat to practice the sound that you just learned. It's just a matter of time. Most of my tutorials I do last minute trying to film. It takes a while for me to do all this stuff, guys, but I will try to make a solid effort to put a beat pattern at the next tutorial and hopefully for the future ones as well. The next question is all about life. What do you like about beatboxing? Literally everything. I don't even know where I would be right now in life if it wasn't for beatboxing. I'm being so serious. Because of beatboxing, I joined an acapella group in college. I met a whole crap ton of friends. I met my girlfriend, a whole bunch of stuff. I wouldn't even know what I'd be doing. I'd be coming home from work probably playing video games all day, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, this is giving me an outlet of something else to do. And, so I have been, I don't know what I would do without beatboxing, to be honest. I actually thought about this the other day. How do you think beatboxing will evolve? Beatboxing is going to continue to evolve just like music continues to evolve. If you haven't noticed, trap music has become a big thing in the beatboxing community now, just like dubstep was. We transition as music transitions as well. Now, I do think beatboxing is also going to become more known to the main public, mainly because, through outlets like YouTube and, movies like Pitch Perfect and stuff, people are learning more about beatboxing. Hopefully, it won't be all the gimmicky stuff, but still, it's going to be more known, guys. And the last question I have for this Q&A is, how do you find your own style with beatboxing? Honestly, finding your style is one of the most important things to do as a beatboxer. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's going to take time and a lot of practice. I know that for the first 3 to 4 years of me beatboxing, I did beatbox covers of popular beatboxers. I covered Move by Reaps One. I covered Slizzo routines, Scott Jackson routines. I covered a lot of those for my performances because, I had to fill 15 minutes and I didn't have enough of my own original material at the time. So, you're going to do things and copy other beatboxers, and that helps you learn. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, when it comes to developing your own style, you develop that through freestyling, practice, finding unique sounds. How do you use your sounds together? What music do you listen to? What inspires you in life? And eventually, through practice and time, it's all going to come together and develop your style. Holy crap, we got through all 49 questions. What is life? I tried to take all the questions that I could, and I basically got all of them. So if you guys made it to this point, I freaking love you. If you didn't make it to this point, that's okay. You still watched the the video and possibly clicked like and commented, so that's epic too. But if you are currently listening to me ramble, what I want you to do in the comment section, I want you to put your favorite color with your favorite flavor cookie. Combo together. Do not tell them where it came from. Just say, like, for me, it would be like blue chocolate macadamia nut. And people will be like, well, what is going on? What the hell are they commenting? But they have to watch till the end to really know. Time to calm down. I'm a little hyper on coffee. You know, it's 10 o'clock. I've been filming for 3 hours, pissing off my neighbors, being really loud and hyper. But I want you guys to click that like button, comment down in the comment section below, share this video if people want to know more about me, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and you know what's coming. Have a good day.